Zeal's Ambitions, Lost Ark. Okay, this must be it. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, Argos incoming, Caden tested. Is this it?
They're also enjoying the tier 3 Guardians a lot more. And you can still learn to stagger, still learn to counter, still learn to do the destruction grenades in tier 3, where you'll be repeating these bosses day in and day out. So learning these fights in tier 3.
Wait, oh, there's 6? Wait, holy shit, there's 6 of these? There's 6. When does this come out? You need 415 to even fight this guy? Holy shit. That's the Omega Burb? Oh my god.
Is way
I had no
more
idea.
important than spending time here and fooling around, when you can learn that better here with better boss designs. What's up, y'all? Zeals, and
you
guys have been asking me all day about this. What do you think about the nerf, man? What do you think about the nerf? So here are my thoughts. I don't know if I could go over all of them, but I'll try to capture the major points. So yeah, tier 1, tier 2 Guardian raids, not all. You may recognize a couple here. We got Titalos, sorry, and Flame Fox Yoho, as well as the Abyss dungeons. Some of them are gonna get nerfed now.
The Abyss dungeons.
I know, I get it, man. I've been reading a lot of posts. There are some major
that
concerns
seems weird to me
from the people that are against the nerfs. They're just afraid that the Legion Commander raids, the endgame raids that we have in Korea,
they're gonna get nerfed.
Have just yet in NAEU, it'll come. They're afraid that they're also gonna get nerfed. So you guys are afraid that these will get nerfed, and just to tell you guys straight up, no bullshit, just the truth. Some of these have already been nerfed in Korea multiple times. Not only
Of course they fucking have, because this is what developers already do. They always do it. They do this in WoW. They do it in other games too. It's like they release the boss fight and it's fucking overtuned because they want to err on the side of making it harder rather than easier, because it's going to make people feel a whole lot better whenever they do it on the, you know, the hard mode, and then they make it easier. Like, yeah, of course. I think this makes perfect sense. So yeah, it's already been nerfed. Okay. That's good to know.
Bug fixes, but nerfs as well. Abra Hard, which is Bredeshaza, I guess. Bredeshaza in the NAEU version.
1490
right
item level?
She's been nerfed in hard mode, normal mode as well.
Holy shit.
After what was it? 2 weeks? 3 weeks after release? After all the hardcore people cleared it. Been nerfed. Still hard. Doesn't mean she's not hard. Kukuseiton. We got Biakis also nerfed.
Jesus.
Not hard. Kukuseiton.
Wow. So we need to have, yeah, we're going to do this boss for sure, guys. Oh my god.
We got Biakis also nerfed. All of them have gotten
Oh my
nerfed.
god.
So I just wanted to let you guys know, because a lot of people are freaking panicking about that. Now, the second thing that you guys were concerned about were players not taking the time to learn all the mechanics for the tier 1 and 2 Guardian raids, as well as the Abyssal dungeons.
So the reason why people don't learn the mechanics, in my opinion, is because they don't have to. Players only learn mechanics whenever they literally have to. And if they don't have to learn the mechanic, they won't do it. So like I did Frost Helgia again, because that's like the highest one I can do before I do the ones that I haven't streamed yet. And I tried to break the stagger solo, because I do it in groups are faster, and so I just do it in a group off stream usually, because it's just easier for me. And so I do it in a group, and I say that, but like anyway, so not a single person in any of the groups that I've done ever helped me break the stagger. They all ran away.
I agree with that. You know what? I agree with all the points.
Every single one of them ran away.
Getting endgame raids nerfed sucks. We want difficulty. I get it. I'm with you on that. And people not learning mechanics and just pounding these down and moving to tier 3, you know, that kind of worries you. You guys think that some players
I can see that.
Need to know how to stagger, need to know when to hold off their skills so that they can counterattack, or using grenades correctly. That is very important. I agree, but there's also a great post on Reddit by another Korean player about, you know, we're getting a very accelerated patch. I don't know if it's like 3 times.
I think a big thing for me personally is that I wish that what they would have done with the tier 1 and tier 2 fights is they would have just made the window for the interrupt longer. Like they would have made, like, if you stagger the boss, it gives you a bigger reward. Because right now, like, staggering a boss or countering a boss doesn't really do a whole lot. It's just a shortened stagger phase. It does. Well, yeah. Why? Because the reason why is to induce players into wanting to take advantage of the mechanic. It does increase the damage, free damage. It clearly is not enough, is it? Because if it was, then people would do it. So it's not. People know that you have. Most people know that you have to parry the boss or interrupt the boss, but they don't do it. It's more than enough. I think it should be more to induce players in the earlier tiers to begin learning this mechanic. I think you could use these fights as a tool to teach players instead.
It's faster than the Korean server. I don't know
and that's a win-win. You make it easier in a way,
for sure,
and also you keep the difficulty
into tier 3. We already launched with tier 3, Astalgia, season 2 Astalgia tier 3. We'll talk more about that stuff. I'll explain that stuff later on. Just follow me along here.
Okay.
We're basically going fast. And
that's true.
Even last year in Korea, we had 4 major endgame Legion Commander raids. It was a beautiful year. We have the normal, the hard, and the hell for some of these.
So they brought out 4 raids in a year? Wait, Lost Ark brought out 4 raids in an entire... Holy shit, that's crazy. And they keep doing this? 4 raids with 3 difficulties? Oh my god. Not anymore? This year there's 2. Yeah, but I think that's because they're bringing in other content instead, right? With like that like side scroller game and like other bullshit like that, like the Dark Moon Fair, like Gold Saucer type shit. Yeah. So like they're just doing other stuff instead.
And wow, it's a miracle. Like the director said, it was a miracle getting these out in a year. Which company does that for an MMO?
That's a lot.
For freaking huge raids. Remember, they have normal, some have hard and hell, right? So it was a lot to take in. Mm-hmm. For us as players in Korea, learning all these fights, it was constant research and homework and practice to be experts in these raids. It took a lot of time. Mm-hmm. And asking, what this post is pretty much saying is asking the general population to also not only learn the basics, the tripods, the gems, island system, the collection system, the runes and all of that.
There's a lot to know.
Learn how to do all these fights in tier 1 and 2.
It's a lot to fucking know.
These are stepping stones. Tier 1 and 2. We'll talk about why they're stepping stones, but they're literal stepping stones for us to get into the promised land of tier 3. Now, this is not the finish. Tier 3 is not the finish.
So are these tier 3 and tier 4 bosses actually that much better than the bosses we're doing now? Like, I haven't done them, so I'm not sure. Are they actually that much better? Yes? Holy shit, that's crazy.
Tier 3 is the start of this game. Every time somebody comes to my chat, how do I make more silver? Get your ass to tier 3, get all your characters to tier 3. Okay? How do I get more cooldown reduction? I'm just sitting there. My cooldowns are not coming back up. This feels weird. My classes feel like their screws are missing. Well, get your ass over to tier 3. Every question, the answer is pretty much get to tier 3. Now, once again, that does not mean rush. Just take your time.
So I've been doing it wrong.
The main director wants us to get to tier 3. That's where the game
we have to get to tier
starts.
3, guys.
Tier 1 and tier 2 are versions of the game that failed. Even to this day, when we talk about tier 1 and 2, the main director, when he goes live, he steps away from the podium and does a 90-degree bow.
We're gonna get to tier 3 today, guys.
Apologizing.
We're going
tier
to tier
1
3
and 2 because they were abominations. Almost killed this game. It made people embarrassed to play this game. That's why there's an inner meme, a joke about this stuff. Do you still play Lost Ark? Now people are proudly saying in Korea that they are. But 2 years ago, that was not the case. And I asked my chat if we only
There's a lot of games like this is ironically what I hope happens with New World. Is that right now, if somebody is still playing New World, everybody memes on them. But one day, New World will rise again from the ashes and be reborn. as the true glorious phoenix of MMO rebirth. Okay, dude, this is what's gonna happen. It's literally, dude, like it's coming. It's gonna be here. Like, don't say I didn't tell you, guys. Don't say I didn't tell you.
Tier 1 and 2, just like the Korean players, and you had to play it for 2 years. Would you have continued? The answers were no. So we have Tier 3, a version of the game that is the winning formula.
Yeah.
It keeps people logging in every day. I'll show you the data for that.
I'm curious to see the actual data.
The winning formula. That is why we don't play in Tier 2 or Tier 1. We go to Tier 3. That's why we don't have any plans, or they don't have any plans, or any talks for Tier 4, because Tier 3 is the winning formula. I had this person ask me in chat, crazy good question.
Okay.
Why Tier 3 is so good?
Yeah, I'm curious.
The answer starts with C. Content. The Legion Commander raids, content. We have content.
Yeah.
So I don't know, once again, how they're gonna nerf these bosses. Like, where's Titulus? Right here. Like, how they're gonna nerf these bosses. But I don't really think, and other Korean players, they don't really feel like players should be spending a lot of time here wiping their ass and learning mechanics when they could be just doing.
See, I actually don't think that they should necessarily nerf the fights. I think they should make them better. Like, right now, I feel like some of the fights just produce frustrating outcomes too often. And I don't think that this is necessary. I don't think that you should have to. I don't think a fight has to be like frustrating for it to be good. I think you can do certain fights and have them just be good, period. Not worth it, I think? Yeah, I don't know. That's what I think. Yeah, make them better.
That in Tier 3, where you could just be wiping to these more modernized Guardian raids built with the feedbacks.
But maybe they're just trying to get people to Tier 3. I mean, you could be right. Like, that's
Tier
it.
1 and 2. I believe these are more modernized. Are they still frustrating? I believe so. Some of them are still frustrating.
Oh, good.
Like this motherfucker right here, Car Elegos. But most of them are manageable, and most of them you can pretty much master. And they'll just be homework for you guys, where you spend maybe 2 to 3 minutes per day per kill and be out of there, so that you can spend time elsewhere, not on retrying daily Guardian raids multiple times, but on other content such as collecting runes. And I also agree with this point. Instead of being cock-blocked by
I do feel like in general people view like doing your 2 chaos dungeons a day, I feel like is always fun. And doing the 2 Guardian today, I feel like is monotonous. And I wish that you only had to capture 1 soul a day. And I know that you can send them out on your stronghold missions and do that one too. And I get that. I guess that's kind of okay. But just like to me, here's what I wish they would do. Then don't. Well, I just don't think that's, I don't think that's a, like, then don't is not, like, I don't view that as like a counter to what I'm saying. Like, then why not make it better? Like, for example, here's what I wish that they would maybe do. Like, I don't really know how this would work. I don't know how it would be good or not. But, like, I just wish that you were able to only get 1 soul a day. Because what I think most people do to min-max in the game is they do the same Guardian twice. And I just find that super fucking boring. I feel like it's the exact same thing as visions in BFA, is that you did 1 vision and then you did the other vision right after that. And doing the vision a week was great. Doing the second vision right after that was awful. How many of you guys played in BFA where, remember the week where you had to do 4 visions in 1 week in order to get your cloak from like 14 to 15 level? That was crazy, man. Like, and like by and visions were fun. Like, I actually thought visions were fun, but having to do them over and over and over like that was not fun. That's the difference.
Frustrating content. Remember, frustrating.
Just do 2 different ones? Yeah, but if you do the lower tier ones, they don't give as much rewards, so people feel compelled to do the higher tier ones. That's my whole point that I'm making.
Mean necessarily hard. It's just frustrating.
T3 Guardians like 5 to 6 minutes.
Instead of doing that, why don't we get players into Tier 3? And remember, in order for players to get more materials to get out of tier 1 and 2, they need to do higher Guardian raids, and these guys do drop decent amount of materials. And in order to do the next stage to get more loot, you have to do the previous one. So by nerfing some of the annoying ones, maybe the director wants the bulk of the community to get into tier 3. Not only their main, but their ults as well. Get everybody into tier 3 so that they can unload the real content, the start of this game, which is pretty much Argos, and beyond that, the Legion Commander raids with Bolton.
Is this? I don't speak Korean, right? So like, what is this? What is the yellow? It's T1, T2, and tier 3. Okay.
And Vikings, Cuckoo Satan, as well as Preshaza, and what we're gonna get in Korea this year is Ilyakan or Akan in NAEU.
Okay.
As well as Common. So as you can see here, this is from Loa on Winter. Look at that. Season 1 is the red bar. Season 2 is the white bar. And Season 2 plus Nostalgia, the one we have in NAU, is the yellow bar.
Okay.
So as you can see, the daily users right here increased 6 folds from Season 1, Tier 1.
Jesus.
And Tier 2. And Season 2 is when Tier 3 came out. And then Nostalgia is today. 6 folds. Now, peak
Holy
users,
shit.
6.6 folds. New users, 7 folds. People that came back to the game after quitting. In Tier 1, Tier 2, not many. But in Nostalgia, 2.68. Wow.
I really feel like Lost Ark, one of the great things about the game is the fact that they actually do have the progressive in-game. Lost Ark has the one thing that no game is willing to do anymore. Lost Ark is willing to put content behind a gear wall or content behind a skill wall. That is the one thing that Final Fantasy is afraid to do. That is the one thing that WoW is afraid to do. That's the one thing that New World is pretty much afraid to do. And that's the main thing that I feel like in a lot of ways, in a weird abstract way, it's the same reason why Souls games are so loved. It's because if you beat Margit, you beat this boss. There's not an easy mode for it. There's not a hard mode for it. It's you beat this boss. With like Sekiro or whatever, you beat this boss. And you don't have easy modes, and you actually do progress, and you feel that visual progression of your game. Actual dumb take? No, I don't think so. Wait, are people actually disagreeing? Ultimates? Ultimates are just the same fight. It's just the same thing over and over again. It's just like Ultimate Bahamut is Bahamut, but he's yellow. It's the same thing. No, it's not. So Bahamut, Ultimate Bahamut, unending close of Bahamut, you do Twin Tanya, and then you kill Twin Tanya, then you fight Nail, and then you fight Bahamut, and he turns golden after the Terra Flare, right? That's how it works. Like, I think that's generally how it works, right? It's different fights. No, just tell me, are we all on the same page? That's what it is. Different mechanics? Same boss. You are fighting the same boss. It's the same fucking thing. You are visually in the same area that you were in before. If you go and you fight Belshazzar on the super fucking hard mode, it is a different visual experience. Yes, you have fought this boss before, but it's in a completely different context, and it's in a completely different fucking narrative. It is not the same thing. And again, Final Fantasy Ultimates are fucking great. I don't have anything against them, but obviously I feel like fighting an entirely new boss, with Belshazzar you fight her again in the Abyss Dungeon, it's not really a great example, but like with the other ones, you don't fight them really before, except for like maybe in a story, right, with Kakul Sadon or something like that. As far as I know, you only fight him the first time, and then you fight him in the Legion raids. This is not, it's not semantics. You're wrong on this, Asmon. Lost Ark, Legion are all on the same level. No, they're fucking not. And if they are on the same level, it's fucking level 1,300. Holy shit. It's just, it's so weird. It's literally the same concept. No, it's not. Like, all I'm saying, like, you're fighting the same Guardian multiple times, by the way. Some of them, yeah, but some of them, no. And the Legion raids, I do think, are more unique. Yeah, like, is this like actually just Final Fantasy Andy's molding? Like, it's not the same thing at all. Like, if I go, look, this is not hard to do. You just look at this fight. This fight doesn't have an easy mode for people that just started the game. There's no easy mode for this fight for people that just started playing. Like, it's that simple. Like, I'm not, like, if you're disagreeing with this, you're just fucking wrong. Like, that's all there is to it. You're literally fucking wrong. Yes, this is unique, high-tier, difficult content. Lost Ark has it. Final Fantasy has it kind of with the Ultimates. It does kind of have it. Mythic bosses kind of have it with, like, maybe the last boss has a phase. It's a Mythic only phase. But for the most part, in all of these games, you are just fighting harder versions of something that you've already done before. And also, in many of the cases, the mechanics are reused. And that's why I went and I did Alexander Savage on Min Eye Level No Echo, so I could train myself for doing the Mythic fight. Or sorry, the Ultimate fight. Is because people told me that the mechanics were reused in different ways. Things like Nisi and like the other attacks with like the water and shit. I don't understand like how anybody can say that this is wrong when it's just an objective fact. Like, what is this? You're misunderstanding? It was a misunderstanding, don't worry? Okay, yeah, it's just fucking holy shit, man. I'm not wrong, but I'm completely right with this. And it's just so evident and obvious. It's like people telling me the sun isn't hot. You know, it's actually just a mirror that they have around the earth. Like, no.
Why? Because the winning formula is the Legion Commander raids. The Legion Commander raids, as well as the catch-up mechanics. Remember, there are a lot of people creating fear about the honing rates. And yes, in the end game, honing rates, they do go down drastically. However, through events as well as barriers destroyed by the director so that people can enter the end game, people are able to, as a free-to-play or anything, whatever you label yourself, they're able to enjoy the end game. And because of that, player retention rates, new players coming to the game, or players quitting and coming back, is going up drastically in Korea.
Oh yeah,
I asked my chat this today.
Because there's more stuff to do in in-game.
You played Lost Ark.
That's exactly it.
In NAEU, and you can start at tier 3. You can start from tier 3. Maybe due to power passes or something, you start from tier 3. Versus starting over from tier 1. What would you choose? And most people said that they would start at tier 3.
Yeah.
And guess what? Korean players start at tier 3 as well. We have 3.
Okay.
We have 2 free power passes that gets us to tier 3, 1302 eye level before even installing this game.
Wait, what?
You can just claim it at the main webpage, and you get the free boosts to tier 3. And they start from Punika. As you can see, this player right here.
Wait, so in Korea they just automatically start in tier 3? Oh my god. What the fuck is this? That's insane. I had no idea about that. Oh my god. I guess it's just been out for so long that people don't really give a shit, right? Shroud was streaming the other day. It was almost like a gold, and someone's in chat, so looking almost like a gold. Then he swipes and grabs $100 of gems. Opinions? Here's my opinion: is if you put something in the game, people will use it, especially if it saves them time. Like Shroud is like Shroud. You know, like the memes of like Shroud buying OTK? For Shroud, it doesn't have to be a meme. Think about, like, he fucking signed to Mixer. Mixer fucking blew up. And then he re-signed to Twitch. He's been streaming fucking forever. Like, Shroud is the most relaxed person in the entire world, okay? Shroud dropping $100 on a video game is like the equivalent of most people picking up a penny. It's just really not a big deal. Or you buy something for, you know, $1 and they give you I don't know, fucking 8 cents back, and you decide that, yeah, it doesn't matter to him. Doesn't make a difference. That's just the way the game's played. Anybody gets mad about that, get mad at the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Mokoko Seed, a new player. Yeah, that's another thing. In Korea, we also have Mokoko icon status, where new players have a protection. They take less damage wherever they go. was it 40%? And it goes all the way to 1445 item level. So as they're doing Argos raid at 1370, as they're doing Bolton Legion Commander raid at 1415 eye level, they have that buff. So sitting there and saying that these nerfs are gonna kill the game when people...
So it's like the ICC buff? Wait a second. So it's like the ICC buff. How many do you have to? So like, do you have to collect seeds to get this? Yeah, or do you just have it? Period. No. Fuck! I thought all my work would actually come to fruition. I guess not. It's just automatic. Wow.
People in Korea are starting at tier 3, learning the game from tier 3, the starting point of Lost Ark, with a 40% reduction buff on them until 1445 item level.
That's really interesting.
I think we need to relax a little bit here. I think we need to relax a little bit and see the big picture.
That is really interesting. I had no idea.
Starts at tier 3.
Holy shit!
Everybody on board. Whether they give up at tier 3, it doesn't matter. Everyone needs
So they're starting everybody at tier 3 in Korea, and the game is still growing. That's really something, man. Holy fuck.
Get to tier 3. How long that takes, I don't know.
I can't wait to get there now. I'm excited.
People get to tier 3, the more
I'm fucking excited.
Will be thrown at us. There will be things for the hardcore to chase, as well as for those that are in, the mid to the casuals. There will be always things for you guys to chase at your own pace. But
tier 3 today?
That starts
I think so.
At tier 3. Okay? Tier 1, tier 2. Though all the mechanics that you could have learned, you can learn it even better in tier 3. For the people that have done tier 3 Abyss,
those announcements that pop up on his screen, is this like the BDO announcements whenever somebody hits like a big infusion or something like that? Are these like just server-wide announcements? Yeah, okay.
Dungeons, they have enjoyed the Abyss dungeons in tier 3 more than the previous predecessors. They're also enjoying the tier 3 Guardians a lot more. And you can still learn to stagger, still learn to counter, still learn to do the destruction grenades in tier 3, where you'll be repeating these bosses day in and day out on all your characters pretty much, should you choose to do so. You'll be doing erection over and over again. You'll be doing Yoho over and over to do so. You'll be doing erection over and over again. You'll be doing Yoho, should you choose to do so. You'll be doing erection over and over again. You'll be doing Yoho over and over again. So learning these fights in tier 3 is way more important than spending time here and fooling around, when you can learn that better here with better boss designs.
Is that
like
right?
That Kaluda, right? This boss right here is just way better designed than its predecessors, the previous versions of itself.
The Frost Hogia, I think is the first one.
Time to counter. It's way easier to anticipate its moves. Even though it's a 14-15 eye level boss, it is way easier for a new player to learn to counter and to do stagger and all of that stuff.
That is crazy.
In these tier 3 Guardians. Same with the Ice Turtle. Way better to learn to counter and do the mechanics than the fire version of itself.
Bro, so now I want to get to tier 3.
Basics, I believe, is what about that, guys.
Holy shit.